Hey, what's up, good people? Mark Holmes here. As always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. I hope everybody's had a great Monday. And I'm sorry, people. It is 7 o'clock, and the only way I can live stream is to actually take and break down all my equipment and take it downstairs to the lobby. I'm just too exhausted, and we've got one more day of work. We're working in a basement, hanging drywall, and up and down the steps. I am just literally just exhausted. I don't know. My eyes look glassy, and I'm just tired, just really tired. So forgive me. We leave out Wednesday, and we'll get back on track. And it's not really like there's any real news at the moment, so you'll be okay. You'll be okay without me right now. So I don't want to hear anyone say that the Dallas Cowboys are choke artists and failures this year. Okay, all right, because here's my rationale right here. Okay, let's listen to what Bleacher Report. Bleacher Report is grading off-season moves, okay? The Cowboys lost to Green Bay last year, and we literally didn't have a real linebacker in that playoff game. We didn't. We didn't have a linebacker. You can say what you want. We did not have a linebacker after Leighton Van Der Esch got hurt and Overshown got hurt as well. We didn't. We had a 207-pound safety playing linebacker. That is not going to work. All right? So, having lost to the Green Bay Packers, here's what the Bleacher Report said about the Cowboys offseason. Key additions and re-signings. Zeke Elliott, linebacker Eric Kendrick, Rico Dowdle, Chima Agoda, the one I got from Mr. Robato, and Jordan Lewis. Key draft additions: offensive tackle Tyler Guyton, who some people say that he's going to be a bust. Edge Marshawn Nealon and Cooper Beebe, who could be our center. Key departures: edge Dorrance Armstrong, center Tyler Biadasz, defensive line Neville Gallimore, wide receiver Michael Gallup, defensive line Jonathan Hankins, running back Tony Pollard, offensive tackle Tyron Smith. Now you can see here we had more going out the door than coming in. Free agency trade grade. The Cowboys get an F. Draft grade, they get a B minus. EC project, drafting to fill immediate needs. Overall grade, an F. Okay. Listen to me here for a moment. If you say that the Cowboys, who weren't good enough last year to be a playoff contender, that the offseason they get an F overall. That's the draft and free agency, they get an F. If that is the case, if they are literally legitimate in what they're saying to you right now, how is it them not making the Super Bowl is a failure? You understand what I'm saying? It was kind of like somebody said yesterday in the chat. I don't remember who it was. I'm not even going to give them credit because all they're looking for is to be heard. They said Dak Prescott's a bust. No, he's not. To be a bust, you have to be expected to do something and to be great. If you're a first-round talented quarterback and you get drafted and you can't make the roster, that's a bust. Ryan Leaf being drafted number 1 and literally run out of football. That's a bust. Josh Rosen, who was thought to be, excuse me, I'm not coming down with the cold. Forgive me. Josh Rosen was a first round drafted quarterback, a guy who they said was the most pro-ready guy. Failing, that's a bust. If you're drafted in the 4th round as a quarterback, you're not a bust. If you don't make the roster, you're not expected to in the 4th round. You at best are expected to be a camp body, maybe a backup, maybe a career backup. So the fact that Dak Prescott is at the point of possibly getting a contract, I don't know how you can say he's a bust, okay? Carson Wentz, you can say is a bust because he was the number 2 pick in the draft. That's a bust. Okay, so if we are in fact ass because we didn't win last year, if they literally turn around and say we got an F grade for the offseason, how is it possible that you're going to be a disappointment and a Super Bowl contender if you didn't do anything to get better? This is the hypocrisy, because we're at the pivot point now. We're at the pivot point where we've been trashed all offseason as a bunch of losers that don't care about winning, and then by the time the season starts, all of a sudden they get hyped up and say the Cowboys are Super Bowl contenders. You can't have it. Both of those things cannot be true. You can't be ass and do nothing to get better and then be a Super Bowl contender. It don't work that way. But just for JP, is that the right term, JP? General what?
General is G, so GP.
GP. Just general? What does that stand for?
General purposes.
Okay, general purposes. GP. Okay, thank you, honey. Last year, here's what they gave us. Okay? Dallas Cowboys, 23. Key additions and signings: Brandon Cooks, Stephon Gilmore, Donovan Wilson, Leighton Vander Esch, Dante Fowler Jr., quarterback Cooper Rush, and Tony Pollard. Key draft additions: Mozzie Smith, Luke Schoonmaker, DeMarvin Overshown. Key departures: Dalton Schultz, Zeke Elliott, Connor McGovern, wide receiver Noah Brown, and cornerback Anthony Brown. Free agency trade and grade, a B-. Draft grade, a C+. Capitalizing on the trade market, overall grade, a C+. So, again, if we weren't good enough to win the year before in the playoffs, and you still really didn't do anything to help your team, how does it pivot to become a Super Bowl contender? Does that make any sense to you, Trey? You're not listening, are you? Nope. Okay. All right. Not listening. So that's my take. Yeah, that's my take. You can't call the Cowboys losers and choke artists.
Well, it's already exceeded all expectations.
That's what I'm saying. You're right. Yeah, exactly. So some experts aren't picking the Cowboys to finish higher than 3rd in our division, and that Mike McCarthy's going to get fired. So if that's the case, how can you look at it and say that they failed and aren't a Super Bowl team? It is. That's why I pulled up what they said last year. So anyway, I appreciate you guys. I'm going to go take a shower and see if I've got enough energy to go downstairs and get something to eat. Because, are you hungry, baby? No? Okay. I don't know that I can get up. See y'all soon.